Hi Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome to your mid-June, make sure I had my hair clipped, your mid-June Oracle and Tarot reading. My name is Tessa, you're watching my channel. This is a green screen. No, I'm just kidding. I'm on Lake Michigan, just a little bit outside of the city, in a town called Evanston. And we're going to be doing your reading out here. So I hope you're going to hear me. That is my biggest concern, is just that you hear me. So I'll probably be talking. I think that I've got a pretty good voice right now, but there are cars that are going to be zooming by, and there are waves, and that is pretty much the extent of the noise. But you know, I really wanted to film outside. I was determined to film outside, and I've been riding my bike and just kind of looking for like some good spots. In Chicago, there's a lot of good rock areas by the lake up north, so that's where we're at. So yeah, and there's also a cemetery right behind you. I feel like Scorpio, you would appreciate that. But there's a really popular, really famous, I don't know what it's called, but there's a really famous cemetery. It's a Catholic cemetery. It's humongous, and it's directly across the street from where I'm at right now. But anyway, this is going to be your mid-June Oracle and Tarot reading, general reading. Might not resonate with everybody. That's okay. That's fine. It doesn't have to resonate with everybody. Just, you know, take the insight, the information that you like, get rid of the rest, and so on and so forth. Like I said, it's going to be very general. I'm using two new Oracle decks. Well, they're not really new, but they're new on my channel. I haven't used them before. And I am going to read from the book because I really like what the book says, and I'm also going to provide my own insight. But I am going to read from the book. So yes. What else can I say, Scorpio? Those waves are getting bigger behind me. I feel like there was something in particular that I wanted to say, and now I can't freaking remember what it is. Spiritual guidance, okay? It's going to be spiritual, general reading, spiritual guidance. Let's just see what messages come out for you. Let's see what the universe wants you to know right now. Sun, Moon, Rising. All right, this is going to be shorter than most of my videos as well. So just know that too. And let's get into this. I'm using Oracle of Mystical Moments. Very, very beautiful deck. Let's see here. What messages do we have for Scorpio for mid-June? Messages for Scorpio mid-June. We have new directions. New directions. Wherever the wind takes you, right? So you're kind of being pulled in different directions right now. You know, you feel like the wind is blowing you this way and that way, and you're not maybe entirely sure which way you want to go. New directions, departure, new perspectives, goodbyes. A dandelion is an airship traveling through the sky with a top hat as a basket these men are flying away in. One man jumps out of the basket and sails off on a flying dandelion seed. It takes him far away while the other men wave goodbye and wish him well. This story illustrates endings and departures that are necessary to gain new perspectives in life. It takes courage to change directions and abandon old habits, but if you are bold enough, you can fly towards something new, a dream, a place, even yourself. Okay, so like instantly I was just thinking about how like you guys are ruled by the Death card in the Major Arcana in Tarot, which represents endings, and you guys are like kind of the masters of endings and new beginnings and rebirth, and constantly like transforming that which was old and which wasn't serving your purpose anymore, and looking in a completely new and opposite direction. So there's something that is coming to an end in your life, or something that needs to come to an end in order for you to like regain perspective, perhaps about your path or about your journey. But something is wanting to come to a close, like whether it's a perspective, whether it's a worldview, a job, a relationship. There's something that wants to come to a close for you in your life, and it wants to close the chapter. Okay, there's something that needs to be closed as far as like a chapter in your life, in order for you to see the bigger picture of what's next for you, and in order for you to really open yourself up to this new direction, this new path. We have Queen of Wands, Aries energy. Yeah, so kind of like this is a very inspired, very leadership kind of energy. So you could have an idea, you could have some kind of creative project with that Aries, with that Queen of Wands, Aries energy. It could be either a creative project or a spiritual path. It could also be traveling, and it could also be like feeling passion for an individual, like feeling passion for someone that you have your eye on. But Aries does represent beginnings because they are cardinal. It is a cardinal fire sign, so it does represent like new spiritual insight and new spiritual beginnings and journeys and things like that. But very, very like outgoing kind of energy, very inspired and creative kind of energy about like going down, like taking risks and going down this new path, like closing this other door where perhaps things were a little stagnant, perhaps you weren't really growing, you weren't growing as an individual, and really just needing to, like the universe is kind of pushing you to start taking charge and to start taking your life by the, you know, by the like throne, by the horns a little bit more, and become a leader of your own life and of your own creativity and your own spirituality and your own passion. So like if you are interested, like don't like wait around for someone to come to you. If there's something that you want, like go get it, okay? And then we have the Eight of Swords, which is Jupiter in Gemini energy. We are in Gemini season, and this definitely talks about like don't let yourself get trapped in your own head. Like you might think that maybe you don't have what it takes, or you might start to doubt yourself. You might start to doubt your abilities, like whether you're actually able to be that kind of leader or not, and you are able to. This is self-deprecating kind of thought, thinking, okay? Eight of Swords is very like, you know, you kind of feel like it's the world that's closing you in. It's the world that is placing these restrictions on you, but it's actually you who's placing those restrictions on you. You are able to break out of those restrictions. You just have to think creatively. You have to think creatively, and you can break out of it, okay? Five of Pentacles. I think you worry about like going broke or something. Like if you are somebody who's maybe trying to live like an artist lifestyle or an artistic lifestyle, or you want to chase your dreams, I feel like maybe your biggest fear is like that you can't take care of yourself, and that's totally valid with the Five of Pentacles over here. This is Mercury in Taurus, okay? Taurus does not want to be restricted by, you know, like okay, well, it's actually Mercury. Mercury does not want to be restricted by earthly possessions, okay? And Taurus is all about the earth. It's all about financial stability. And Mercury is air, okay? Mercury is ruled by Virgo as well, which is earth, but like Gemini, which is air energy. And he wants to like fly free in the sky and like think of all the different possibilities. He doesn't want to be tied down or restricted. So when he comes into Taurus, he's kind of being restricted down to the earthly realm, and he has to figure out how he's going to, you know, make money. And like that in and of itself becomes a restriction. So you could be feeling very, very restricted over the idea that the path that you want to be on still, it's like you still have to figure out how you're going to make money. You still have to figure out how you're going to support yourself, and that is what is causing you to feel entrapped. That's what's causing you to feel kind of trapped in your own mind, because you know, to be an artist or to be a creative individual means to not really make like financial matters a priority, especially if that's not part of your value system. So it can be really tricky, you know. I feel like the first step is to start to understand earth energy, start to understand find value, if you can find the value in financial matters, if you can find the value in creating, in turning your art or your creativity or your spirituality into some kind of financial endeavor, and see the value in that and see how you can make it valuable, then you're going to be on the right path, and you're going to start to, it's like doors are going to start to open up to you, and you're going to really start to kind of step more into that like earth element, that element where art and creativity can mingle with money and things like that. So it's like, for example, like I know that I'm an individual who, like, I hate, you know, like the reality is, it's like we need money to do this and this and this. So it's like, what is it that you really want? What is it that you really truly want out of your life? Okay, and then use that as a motivating, like, what are your values? So, and then use that as a motivating factor, like as your like missionary statement, as your like, as your what do you call it, memorandum, like your artist memorandum. Like use your passion. What do you think money should be used for? You know, maybe you feel like more people should invest in the artist community and invest in you. Well, why? You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be important to really start to explore, you know, perhaps like we are coming near a time in all of our lives where, like, you know, money is losing its value. People don't even really know the value of money anymore, and it's because, you know, it's become so corrupted, and it's become so abused and taken for granted, and we don't realize that there are so many people out there who can use it and who will find value in it. So if your worldview, if you have been jaded in reference to how you view money, it could be a really, really good time to reevaluate, you know, your value system and why it is that you view money that way, and how can you turn that around to start to see the positives of it. How can you use it in a positive way? How can you, like, but you have to be honest with yourself. You have to ask yourself what it is you really want. Do you want to help other people? Do you want to travel? Do you just want to live comfortably and make art and just be able to, you know, sleep, eat, and fart? You know what I'm saying? So you just have to you have to ask yourself and be completely honest with exactly what it is you want, and then see if you can figure out how to do it like that. All right, final card from the Oracle of Souls. That wasn't your card. It just wasn't your card. Matriarch, mother of homestead. Oh, interesting. Rejection, opportunities, and consequences. Okay, so this is pretty much like saying, like, don't give up. Okay, you might come across obstacles, you might come across, like, whatever idea you might have, like maybe you want to try to find, like, investors, whatever your idea you might have, you might come across some rejection, and that's going to happen. But, you know, it really just kind of comes down to how bad you want it. I always say, ow, my foot is cramping. I always say that whatever you're looking for is out there. Whatever, like, every single person on the face of the earth, I feel like, there is something out there for everybody. There is, whatever it is that you're searching for, it's searching for you. It's just a matter of putting it out into the universe. It's a matter of talking about it, you know, getting it out there, communicating. Like, you have to get it into the universe, get it into the universe, get it into the universe, and then it's kind of like a grapevine. The right person is going to hear it eventually, but you have to just get it out there, because you never know. And even if you get it out there and you don't really, you know, and then it kind of feels like dead for a few months, that doesn't mean that maybe someone won't come around and be like, hey, I saw that you were trying to do this and this and this. Well, I'm interested in doing that too, you know? I hope that's making sense, but it's like, if you just keep things in your head, like, you know, people seem to think, I mean, you could manifest things without speaking on them. It is possible, absolutely. You can absolutely manifest your wishes and desires without speaking on it, but I feel like it would take longer. I feel like it takes longer to do it that way. Manifestation is one of those things where when you start to weave your words into the universe, into the fabric of life, of everything around you, even just talking to yourself, talking to your animals, but if you want to work with other human beings, you have to talk with, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, what is it that you really want? So that's how you have to kind of figure it out. You have to really be honest with yourself about how you want your life to look. Do you want a lot of people around? Do you want to live solitary and just kind of like be a recluse? So it's a matter of just like kind of being honest about that, and then start to vocalize that honesty, and that is going to be how you are going to manifest what you want. Okay, so matriarch, mother of homestead, a noble queen, the matriarch lived a righteous life, free from sins that would weigh her heart when she came before the scales of Anubis, save one, the memory of which was lost to her. In their hubris, she and her king denied the gods of Duat the worship and fealty that was their right, incurring their wrath even unto death. Given this, she was cast into the desert, where she established the homestead, a refuge for other wanderers, exiles, and lost ones. The matriarch reminds us that while there are some mistakes from which there is no redemption, maintaining a core of self, nobility, and dedication to right behavior will nonetheless provide opportunities, even if it is not the original plan. There is no sense in falling prey to personal disappointment. Their true value will be seen and understood by others. I really hope you heard all of that. That was a really powerful, good message. Right away, I started thinking, like, you know, create your own little community, create your own little subculture. Maybe that's what some of you are like thinking about doing. I told you this is not going to resonate with everybody, but I feel like this is very much a message for someone who perhaps would like to, you know, like kind of just start their own thing, but maybe not like a big thing. Maybe, you know, something just with like a small group of people, right? Like a homestead, mother of the homestead, you know, it's kind of like living in the middle of nowhere, but not by yourself. Like, you're with other people who share in your visions, who share your dreams, like maybe living with other artists and other people who want to live a similar kind of life that you want to live, but there is a way to come together and help each other out financially to do this, so you can just do what you want to do, so you can like live the lifestyle that you want to live, and not be like too bothered and too stressed about, you know, paying your bills. Like, the fact that you are going to be sharing it with multiple people is going to help you out in that. Okay, so that's your message, Scorpio. I hope that helped. That is your reading for mid-June, Oracle and Tarot for Scorpio Sun, Moon, Rising. I really hope that helped. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!